I'm Christine Niaku, CEO and founder of Area V1, the company behind Vis-CAT, a digital tool designed to identify children's visual learning challenges early. Around 1 in 5 children with learning difficulties actually have visual processing issues, and they're often missed, overlooked, or identified too late. In my clinical work, I saw how traditional assessments were too slow, expensive, and usually only happened after learning gaps were entrenched. That's why we developed Vis-CAT, a fast game-like digital tool based on years of research in visual cognition. Vis-CAT can be used in schools, clinics, or even at home, and it helps identify potential risks early and proactively. Our goal is simple: to help children receive the right support when it matters most, so that they can reach their full learning potential. I'm just going to take you through how to log into the Vis-CAT platform. So the URL is admin.viscat.com.au login. You will automatically have been emailed access to this URL, and you'll come up with a page that says log in with your email and password. I'm just going to show, once you've got administrative rights, you can then start to manage what we call manage candidates. You can manage and add as many classrooms or schools as you choose to, or clinic centres. So we're calling it school here, but we can come in and I'm going to create a school, which could either be a classroom or even a clinic room. So let's call this clinic room 1. Add. So that means every child that's added to this will belong to that particular group. So you can divide for multiple clinics and multiple clinicians, and multiple classrooms and multiple schools within an organisation. So we're going to create a class for that clinic room 1, and we're going to call it clinic test. And we're going to use date of birth as our identifier so that we can score the test for the child. And we're going to add that class and call it clinic test. So this is all you need to do. You can also then add the year that you're testing, and obviously this year it's 2026, so you just add year. You can add a specific clinician or teacher if you choose to, if it's different to the admin, but I won't do that for now. So what we will do now is add candidates. So we're going to add a child based on the child's date of birth, and we're just going to call the child A, B, just for simplicity, and we'll make up a date of birth, 02, 05. Given it's got to be a child and generally going to be between the ages of 5 and 12, we'll say that they were born in 2020. Add candidate. So that child is now ready and available to be testing. So we can then generate their QR code or copy their URL or their unique identifier and then add them into the system just by pasting, and then the test is ready now for the child to complete. We'll run through the test now so we can see how the test is conducted from the child's perspective, and then we'll go back to the admin app to see from the adult supervisor's perspective what transpires. So let's just start here.
On the empty set of dots, starting at the green dot, I want you to join the dots slowly from one dot to the next and copy the pattern so the two patterns look the same. If you lift your finger off the screen, go back to the dot you last joined and keep going. Have fun.
So you can see now I'm just having fun. I'm just practicing and having fun, so the child can do whatever they wish on this page. And it's really just to familiarise themselves with the platform. So if I want to undo, I can undo by using this little green back button. Or if I want to get rid of everything altogether, I can press the rubbish bin. And that's entirely up to the child to go through and do that. And this time I'm just going to create a diagonal line. And now I've had enough. I want to actually do the test now, so I click done. Now, if I was using a touch screen, I would actually use my finger. But
have a look at this pattern.
We're using a computer for this demonstration. This is just a demo for a child to just see what copying is all about. And when the child's had a look, they can click Start.
On the empty set of dots, starting at the green dot, I want you to copy the pattern, joining the dots, so the two patterns look the same. If you lift your finger off the screen, go back to the dot you last joined, and keep going.
So now it's up to the child to have a play and try and copy the pattern. I'm going to try and copy the pattern as if I'm an 8-year-old. I might decide to go back, but now I'll go forward. And I'm just going to keep clicking. And now as an 8-year-old, I've just made a bit of a mistake, but I don't know I have. And I'll keep going until I get to the end. And now I'm going to click Done.
Congratulations on completing the game.
Yay.
Was it fun?
So the child will be hopefully happy they finished the game. They can decide whether they had fun or not. I've had fun today, so I'm going to click the happy emoji.
The game.
And now let's go back and just get rid of that, and we'll go back to our admin app and just get rid of that QR code. So we're just going to refresh everything again so that now the test has been logged in, hopefully, and we've now moved to candidate reporting. Okay, this is where the results of the test will now be visible. Let's use child AB. They're aged 5 and they got a score of 1, which there's deemed low risk for their test. They completed the survey, which showed that they had fun, and they're ranking in the 17th percentile, and they took 24, little under 25 seconds to complete the test. So there you have all the data, and if we now try to right click on this, we should be able to see the actual completion of what the child did. So you can see the pattern that was formed, how long it took, and we can actually even in real time see what the child actually did. And you can see it there. They're moving along, doing the pattern all the way across and to the next step until they complete copying the pattern. And you can look at this in real time and stop at any time if you choose to, if you'd like to see how the child performed. Now, if you want to get the child's actual report, you just click on Candidate Report, as you can see there, and you should be able to generate a report. So this again shows that child AB, aged 5, was deemed low risk, which is great, but a recommendation for a retest in 12 months has been indicated by the report, with some generic information about making sure the child does get an eye test, because it is recommended that all children have their eyes tested by the time they've turned 5. So there's just a little bit of information about some resources that parents can tap into. But again, it's a simple test just to show the family and the teacher that the child is tracking age appropriately at this point in time. And they're deemed low risk. For more information, please find us at viscat.com.au. Thank you.